Morning, Piggy.
Morning. It's a Monday morning, but you won't see this till Tuesday morning. So Tuesday morning, tell you how you done.
Yeah.
We out and about doing our thing, headed on the way home.
Yeah.
Stopped and got a biscuit from a good biscuit place.
Mr. Biscuit.
Takes a while to get through there.
On drive-thru.
On drive-thru. Unless they got this one particular woman working, she works it good, so it doesn't take quite as long, but we didn't get her till near the end.
Yeah, we were in line for about 22 minutes total.
So, of course, it is a cash-only place, local thing, and all that, so.
We gotta get over, don't we?
Here in a minute.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that about this road.
I'm making sure there ain't nothing behind me. Yeah. Now then.
Yeah, there we
go. Go straight on up. We'll see how we do on red lights this time.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going a different way. Oh, that light up there's red.
Oh, well.
Had a pretty good live last night.
Yeah.
Got reminded of what I do and why I do it.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Wonder if Popo ain't following that.
Going, please wreck, please wreck. Yeah, I want a donut.
Hey, there's that fire truck.
Yeah.
They must have got their stuff done on the way back.
They might have been on a training run.
Or a rescue call because that ambulance that come out right after them.
True. We've seen a few of those this morning.
Oh, yeah. I think that was like the third or fourth one we saw on the ambulances.
Of course, we've had it more than our fair share of people pulling out in front of us. You're coming up on a side road and there's a car sitting there. They sit there for a few seconds and you know they've seen you. And then they pull out real slow in front of you. One woman did that. I rode her butt all the way to the stop sign. Once she got out there, she took a few seconds before finally hitting some gas. And I guess she thought she was going to outrun me when she did that. She found out I could stay on her tail and be going around curves almost before she was. I was right there on it. I think she was thankful that I was turning left where she was turning right at that stop sign.
Yeah.
She figured out real quick. She had pulled out in front of the wrong one. Like I said, folks, I'm one of those who can intimidate the intimidators. They will get on your butt thinking they're going to intimidate you. I can turn it around on them. They can't figure out how I did it. Sometimes they got faster cars than what I got.
Yeah.
I still turn it around on them. They can't figure it out. What?
Ambulance over there in that parking lot where Subway's at.
Yeah.
It was the ambulance we saw come up here this way a while ago, so I don't know if it was a car or somebody in a car or what was going on. But they were leaving. No lights, no nothing.
Oh.
I know it wasn't because they were wanting Subway.
Well, folks, I learned this morning from what a lady was telling me that the Canadian dollar has took a huge hit.
Yep. So is the Mexican peso.
Yeah, they're worth maybe half what they were worth. That's only after one day. That's how tariffs work, folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It puts them in an economic bind.
Yeah. And what I saw, it said that the Canadian dollar was worth like $1.27 or $1.47 compared to the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
And now it's worth like 67 cents.
So yeah, that's a huge hit.
Yeah.
You know, now Canada's trying to say, oh, well, we're going to hit America with these tariffs. Like liquor sales. Yeah, they ain't gonna be buying no more American liquor. Well, like Davari Darkins pointed out, the American liquor business brings in about $250 billion a year. Canada's $1 billion in sales buying liquor from America. That isn't going to affect them. You know. And she's telling me that Governor of Texas come out and said the economy of Texas is bigger than all of Canada. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Run it.
Yeah, because Trudeau had said that he was only going to not sell to the red states or something like that.
Well, he wasn't going to buy from the red states.
Yeah, buy from the red states.
And he's only going to, well, it sounded he's only going to put tariffs on stuff that comes from red states.
Yeah.
Go ahead, run it. We are far bigger than you. The only reason we've done business with you is to help you subsidize your country anyhow. We've got our own gas, we've got our own lumber, we've got our own this, we've got our own that, and everything. We've only been buying from you to be nice, so you'd have an economy to begin with.
Yeah, it's funny. What I've been seeing on it is, it's funny. It's the Americans on the left that have been talking about how it's going to hurt everybody for the tariffs on Canada and Mexico and China. The Canadians that I've been seeing, and these are the Canadian people, are saying we want to be America's 51st state.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. They want to be a 51st state. They know that would mean great things for Canada.
I think that's funny.
It's only those who are in power that don't want to let go of that because they've got a little cash cow going on. And storing that back while making the citizens of the nation suffer. They got going on don't benefit the Canadians not one bit.
As far as Mexico goes, on what they export, their main export to the United States, we got two of them. And that is avocados. A good portion of avocados that come into the United States come from Mexico.
Right.
And the illegals. And I say you can keep them both.
Well, you forgot drugs.
Oh yeah, forgot the drugs, yeah. So that's the three main things that they export to the United States.
Well, I don't do drugs.
No.
The illegals, they have embassies down there. They can come through the right way.
Yeah. The last few avocados
they cost too much to be able to afford anyhow, and they're like rubber and smaller, and they look deformed.
That's what I started saying. It's like eating hard plastic.
Yeah.
So.
How have I lost anything? I haven't.
I haven't either.
So, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of folks in this nation that look at it the same way. Yeah, they have to do other drugs as far as the drugs are concerned because a lot of states have made marijuana legal. So, can't do nothing with that.
And where is it? Washington, Oregon, and California, they give you the needles and stuff to shoot up with.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's called safe sites or something like that, where you go into them and
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. So,
But then they let them leave the needles and feces all over the place. But, you know, they won't do a thing about that. The other things you can do on the street, they'll ticket you for.
oh yeah.
But wait a minute, this don't make no sense. That's topsy-turvy. Of course, now the Bible did say that in the end, good would be called evil and evil would be called good.
Oh yeah.
So there is that. See how hard it's going to be able to see that road, that sun shining. I see the turn lane for it.
Well, that might help find the road, huh?
That'll help find the road. I don't see nothing coming.
I don't either.
So here we go.
All right.
Yeah, just like that thing with Columbia. That dude down there figured it out real quick. Trump hit him with those tariffs, threatened him with those tariffs. He realized he might ought to take his citizens back.
Yeah. Well, now he come out and said that he's going to put tariffs on stuff they get in from the United States, and they're still going to take their citizens back, but they're going to charge us like 50% tariff or whatever it is. The only thing we get from there is coffee.
Yeah.
And we get.
And they're not the #1 producer of coffee. We get most of our coffee from Brazil.
Yep.
So it's like, we ain't got to buy your coffee.
I don't gotta have Colombian coffee.
And you probably don't buy enough of our products to make a difference no how. Dude down there in Panama Canal is singing a different tune now since Rubio's been down there.
Yeah, they're not gonna sign that new agreement with China. What's funny is people talking about tariff, 10% tariff on China. What, you afraid you're gonna have to pay more for your Temu?
Right. And that's another thing. Temu is what they were trying to say TikTok was.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok is not owned by China, but Temu is.
Yeah, 60% of TikTok's owned by Americans.
Then 20% by those two guys from Singapore, and what the other 20% is.
Yeah, it's corporation. I don't know the name of the corporation, but there are like 3 of them, I think. Owns 20%.
Yeah. The point is, it's not Chinese owned.
No.
The only reason that the one party wanted to get rid of TikTok was because it helped Trump out a lot, and they ain't really getting no money off of it.
Well, I hate to say this, but there is one Republican that is messed up in that as far as trying to shut TikTok down.
Well, we all know that there's rhinos up there.
Yeah.
You know, it's more of a uniparty than it is a red and blue party. Personally, I think they should get rid of parties and make it, are you America? Are you for America? Are you loyal to America?
Yeah.
You know, because folks, they are not our leaders. They are our representatives. They work for us, not us for them.
I say look at their what they were worth before going into office, and if they're worth millions upon millions more, they need to be out and explain how they got rich like that out of
Right.
public servants' pay.
Right. You know, I think they should be stripped of all that before they go in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think they should do what they made Trump do.
Yeah.
Turn control of his businesses over to somebody else, so that he wasn't over business anymore. But they don't want to let go of theirs. Like, who you loyal to? You loyal to this nation and the people? Or are you loyal to money?
Yeah, well, we know where most of them are loyal to.
Yeah, money.
I see something coming, I think.
Yeah, and that's something that crosses the aisle to both sides, because there's plenty of them up there. They ain't it for the money. They need to be like NASCAR and have the labels of the companies that they support, that support them.
Well, I've said it before, and I agree with what this one guy was saying about. He said that congressman, don't matter if it's House, Senate, whatever, you should make no more than the person on minimum wage makes in your state.
Right.
Serving in office.
Because in a way, the House up there is part of the military, in that they are public servants.
Yeah. Well,
in the military, you're a public servant.
You have to swear the oath of office to defend the Constitution when you become senator or representative.
Yeah.
You have to swear that same oath that somebody in the military swears.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you're in the military, it's considered military, then you shouldn't make any more than the lowest paid military person.
Starting out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get time and grade and rank.
And you shouldn't be able to serve no more than 2 terms in the Senate. And I say 3 in the House, but there's some say 4, because 4 House terms would be 8 years, and that's what a president serves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that.
My main thing would be, have certain litmus tests to ascertain whether or not you're loyal to the nation and its people, or if you're loyal to something else.
And you shouldn't be getting a pension for the rest of your life for doing a public service.
Right. Because military, unless you serve 20 years, you don't get a pension. And do term limits, they ain't gonna get 20 years.
That's it.
So,
you shouldn't be paid for the rest of your life.
When this country first started out, those who went up there to represent paid their own way. Because it was a public service. It was serving a duty to this nation.
And unless there's absolutely something you have to be in DC for, I'm all for doing Zoom or Skype or FaceTime and whatever.
Right.
Because you can stay at your office in your state and conduct business from your office.
That'd save a lot on travel.
Save a lot on travel. It'd save a lot of expense, and it would save. Well, I ain't gonna say it would save on a lot of corruption, because it wouldn't. It'd just make the life.
It'd still be corruption, but it could be set up where it can be more easily rooted out. I'll just say that. You become a public servant. Should be like these stars. You ain't got no privacy.
That's it.
Everything in your life, the moment you become a public servant, should be on record. Stargate SG-1, be like the Telonans. Every government interaction was on file.
Yeah.
There was no back rooms, there was no private meetings. everything was there for the public to read about, see about, and put their thoughts about towards. You know, to them, any privacy in government meetings was considered a crime more heinous than murder. I agree with that. Because once you start going secret, you know, you're doing something behind the public's back.
You're no longer representing those who put you in office. You're representing the ones who are paying you.
Right.
And I ain't talking about the government. I'm talking about them lobbyists and other people
Well, that's something I found funny about them drilling RFK.
Yeah.
The two biggest recipients of payments from Big Pharma were the ones drilling him the hardest about not suing Big Pharma. Well, sorry, part of the job that he has been selected for involves suing Big Pharma for when they do things wrong. They trying to get him to promise that he won't sue Big Pharma. Well, those two, Bernie Sanders, I thought Bernie was going to have a massive heart attack when RFK revealed the fact that he was the biggest recipient of Big Pharma funds.
Elizabeth Warren was number 2.
She was number 2. And when he revealed that fact, it drilled them. Like I said, I thought Bernie was going to have a heart attack right there on the spot. The way he responded, those were campaign contributions. Well, if that's all it was, then why are you so bent out of shape? You know, you might be saying it was just campaign contributions, but the way you reacted told the story. Oops, you've been busted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, they should not have been on that committee. Drilling him for that position, because that's a huge conflict of interest. You know, that ain't right, but it is what it is. Those are things that are going on in the world, and from what I understand too, but Trump is really putting it to Putin hard too, and everything. He's showing what can be done. On some things, might it affect prices on things we want for a little while? Maybe, but not for long. Because those other countries ain't going to be able to withstand it. Like I said, Canada's currency has already been knocked in half. It ain't worth half what it was. You know, so, and as far as who's going to pick our veggies, now you notice that they're only concerned about those things about mowing their lawns and picking their veggies and berries. Well, there is a work program for people from Mexico to be able to cross the border and come work in the fields.
They come here legally to do that.
They come here legally on that program. The illegals, they're not doing that. They're going to big cities and stuff. And most of those that have come across that border have been young, fighting age men. So, anyway, think about it. Research it. Look it up for yourself. Don't rely on the talking heads. Piggy loves you.